What up, people? So I was in town earlier. I checked the mail, and the person at the post office was kind of laughing. He's like, "Did you get a little trigger happy ordering stuff?" I said, "No." I said, "I do YouTube videos, and a lot of my viewers like to send stuff just because they're extremely nice." And there was probably like 6 or 7 packages that were there. So shout out to everybody that sent stuff. One of the viewers sent some wireless microphone for my phone. So that's what I'm doing in today's video, basically just testing it out. It's extremely windy today, probably about 24-mile-an-hour like gust throughout the day. But you can see I'm in the woods back behind my little slice of heaven. I've been working on this portion for about 3 hours today, roughly. Some of it on the tractor, most of it by hand. I've been clearing a lot of stuff out. I'm basically trying to get this ready to brush hog everything. That probably won't happen today, but it's going to happen here soon. I went in and picked up all the knocked over trees and stuff. I didn't have a chainsaw. Jason's chainsaw needs to be sharpened. The one Danielle had, the battery's dead. So basically a lot of it was just picking it up and dragging it or trying to get the tractor in and out of here. So I'm extremely tired. I was wearing shorts today, and I'm wearing my Crocs, or my fake Crocs, whatever you want to call it. But my leg is completely cut up. I know people are going to comment on that video. I'm just saying it here first. First, watch out for snakes, and why aren't you wearing jeans, stuff like that. Just give you a quick rundown. I do have prosthetic, and with that prosthetic, I have a silicone sleeve that goes over the end of my leg, and it gets extremely hot during summertime. Right now, today it was about 80 degrees, and it was very, very hot. Hopefully this microphone's working because it is very, very windy right now. So, but you can see behind me, I don't want to show you too much because you're gonna have to watch the main video whenever I decide to put that video out. But I did clear out quite a bit. I would say from where the house is to where the back where I cleared it up, all the brush and stuff, you're probably looking at, I don't know, maybe an acre or so, close to it, roughly. But once I get the brush hog in here, it's going to be a game changer. I pretty much cleared out everything that I could and just left anything that's about an inch thick or less that I'm going to clean out with the brush hog. But there are a lot of dead trees in this area too that I use the bucket of the tractor to just push it over, which, I mean, it pushed over like that, like nothing. So this is the exact reason why I wanted this piece of the property. When Jason and Danielle first got the property, they were going to put their little tiny house out here, just the temporary one they're going to live in until they get their barn dominium. Well, when they asked me to come up here, they said, pick out any spot you want. And I instantly fell in love with this part. One, because up there in the front where the house is, there's an opening that's surrounded by trees. And in the back is just all woods. And that's something I've always wanted, to live out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. And basically they agreed. I said, hey, this is the spot I want. They said, cool. They're going to move their tiny house on another piece of the property, which you're going to see here soon because they're getting ready to start that. And then their barn dominium, they got another part of the property that they've picked out as well. So things are rocking and rolling. It's a lot of work. I'm exhausted. You're going to see in the video, I didn't film a lot of it. I filmed enough to where you get an idea of what I'm doing. And off camera, I probably spent at least 2.5 hours doing stuff out here. Realistically, it doesn't look like I did too much, but when you look at all the debris and stuff that was here compared to what it looks like now, I feel very accomplished. I know once we get that brush hog in, like I said, it's going to completely change the look of it, but I wanted to try to do this before it gets too hot and before all the trees and stuff started putting off leaves. It just seems like it's easier to do it during this time. I'm hoping that the snakes and stuff are still gone. You'll have to find out if I came across one or not. But I did push a lot of the brush back to the backside where basically I'm calling the end of my property. And then I put a big pile over here on the side as well that I'm going to use for firewood once I get my fire pit set up. But like I mentioned in one of my other videos, I wanted to have a fire pit area in the woods. I want to get some of those solar string lights like we have over here in the backyard of the shop and hang them throughout the trees and stuff. That way it gives a nice little glow at night. I can have a nice fire out here in the middle of the woods, find myself a pretty woman that wants to live out in the middle of nowhere in a tiny house and have this as their backyard. So if y'all have any hot daughters, tell them that I'm single. Just kidding. I always get people commenting in my videos, why aren't you married? Why don't you have a girlfriend? Blah, blah, blah. It takes time, people. Not everybody can find their soulmate that quick. But I am going to plan out a nice little path out here that's going to go. I think I have a spot back here behind me that I have picked out. There's some big rocks that are already here. I think I'm going to clear out a nice little path, a walkway, and that's where I'm going to have the fire pit back here so you guys see it first. I'll go through everything in detail in my video that's going to be coming out here soon. I hate that I haven't posted in a week on my main channel other than going live, but I had a lot of stuff going on. I know most people understand. My revenue's definitely taken a hit. It is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I had to get the stuff down in Texas done, and then now I'm back in action getting things done. I'm the second hardest working crocker behind my dad. I know people say you're the hardest working one, but no, dad is. Actually third. Mom's the second. No, I don't know. They're probably tied. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be saying that because there are some other people saying your dad's the hardest working crocker, but shoot, you try raising three little assholes. While my dad was a police officer, my mom stayed home for the most part of us growing up and had to deal with us. I mean, shit, y'all see how we are. Just imagine when we were little, we were worse. So shout out to you, Mom, for having to put up with our shit. But yeah, they're the hardest working crocker. So I'll count them both as number one. I'll be number two. Matt and Jace could fight for number three. But I do like how I put some of the brush in the back over here, kind of as a barrier. Not that it's going to stop anything, but it gives me an idea of how far back I actually want to clean stuff out. I got Daisy over here and Baxter. I don't know where Tucker is. I think Tucker was playing in the creek. But the creek was also another thing that sold me on getting this little part of the property. It's going to take time. I'm doing as much as I can today. Unfortunately, Jason and Danielle are still having truck issues. But eventually I want to clear down by the creek, have it all nice and clean looking. And then I want to try to get some kind of rock or something down there and try to build a little waterfall at some point. I know it's wishful thinking, but that's what I have in my mind right now. And then, like I said, back here will be the fire pit. I don't know what else I want to do out here. I don't know if I'm going to do like maybe have like a little cornhole section out here too. I know we were planning on putting in I would say a man cave, but Danielle's out here. So we're just going to call it like probably the Shootdang pub or something like that. We were thinking close to the shop area. I actually pointed out a spot to them that's inside the woods. I thought that'd be cool to have a Shootdang pub inside the woods, have like your cornhole. You'll have a full-on bar, all that kind of stuff. But that's just down the road. That stuff doesn't need to be done right now. But from where my property is, where I'm standing right now, I got a clear shot to pretty much the inside of the barn. I can see, I guess that's Packer laying down and Cowboy standing up. But I can see straight over there. Obviously, it's early spring, so none of the leaves and stuff are putting off yet. But once they do, this will be a little bit more hidden. All these trees will be completely full of leaves. I think it's going to look freaking amazing. That's what I love about coming out to this property. And we call it the ugliest stage during winter, where there's no leaves or anything. None of the grass is green. But once I get all the stuff mowed down, I plan on coming in here and keeping it nice and clean. And I want this to be just my little oasis away from everybody. Being tucked in this way, this far back inside the brush or in the woods, I'll have privacy away from Jason and Danielle. I know that's key. You don't want to get property with the family and then live right on top of each other, because it's just going to get old quick. And we're not perfect. Jason and I fight. Danielle and I haven't really fought. I made fun of her the other day when her and Jason got in a little scuffle. But yeah. We want to have our own little sections. Once again, I'm not going to tell you exactly where they're going to put their barndominium and stuff, but it's not going to be right here close to me. It's going to be a good distance away, so we all have our privacy. And yeah, I'm very excited to get this stuff rocking and rolling. And I probably need to go clean out all my cuts, because there's a lot of, I guess, little weeds that are sticking up. I'm not even sure. I don't think it's the blackberries. It's a different type, but they have like thorns and stuff on there. And my leg's all cut up. My arm's cut up. I'm all dirty. And just in case you're wondering, how the hell do you keep clean out here? Well, yesterday I got down in the creek. I brought it's a little, I guess, fishing camping chair. It's just from Walmart. I got it for $5 before inflation. Now it's probably like $3,000. But I put it down in the creek, sat down. I took my leg off, and I I kept my shorts on and I went in there and kind of just washed up. The water was extremely cold, but it felt awesome. I got my Brazos Valley soap, got my hair done, my face clean, my hands clean, everything else clean, and I absolutely enjoyed it. So that's how I'm going to start cleaning myself until we can get this little shower thing that Jason has fixed. Once again, it needs to be soldered or something. Jason was saying he needs to mess with the wiring, but that's the least of my worries right now. I do want them to get the truck fixed because that's a game changer out here. We need to be able to haul stuff in, materials, so we can start building. I went into town earlier. I meant to go to I think it's T.H. Rogers. It's the local lumber store. And I meant to go in there and check on their cement prices and everything else, but it is what it is. I forgot. I had a lot of stuff on my mind. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Hopefully the audio is good on this. Once again, shout out to the viewer who sent this. Surprisingly, they got the right one that actually fit my cell phone. When I first pulled it out of the box, I'm like, oh man, I sure hope it's not meant for an iPhone. But it fits my phone, so hopefully the audio works. If not, I just talked for 11 minutes for nothing. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for a shitload of building and a shitload of fun. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Bye, people.